Retired Brigadier General and former U.S. Deputy Military Representative to NATO, Blaine Holt, joins me now. General, I wanted to ask you about these folks that have been released from these prisons today. Not the hostages, but the Palestinians. Chuck Holton, you just heard his report. These folks, they're going back to the battlefield. Is this a strategic error?
Yeah, this part of the deal is the dark side of the deal. It's also the side of the deal that President Biden and his administration don't want you to see, because they're the ones that levied this. They're the ones that placed this political pressure on Israel for this deal. First off, Tom, we can all agree we celebrate families getting back their loved ones tonight, but there'd be no hostage crisis at the 240 level had it not been for the butchery of Hamas and what they've done. And so here we have terrorists getting ready to celebrate their own coming back in. So for the Netanyahu government to survive itself, what's coming? They're going to have to turn the IDF loose to go after not just the ones released today, but what their original mission was, which is to finish off Hamas once and for all.
I want to get back to that soundbite of the president that I played at the Open. He says he's been pushing for this pause in fighting to facilitate the release of the hostages, because General, this whole thing seems like a mess that is tainted by U.S. domestic politics, and that could ultimately hamper the military operation a lot longer than 4 days.
That's right. And this will cost IDF soldiers their lives as the Hamas folks take the humanitarian aid away from the Palestinians and put it to good use and start booby-trapping tunnels, start coming up with new schemes of maneuver. Now, I believe the IDF will best them. But what Hamas is banking on is that world pressure will come to pass that will take this 4-day ceasefire and turn it into a 4-week ceasefire, a 4-month ceasefire. You already have the president of Spain or the prime minister of Spain who said, we will take unilateral action to call for an indefinite ceasefire. That's just the start of what this information campaign is going to look like. So for a country that should be standing by its ally, we have been putting billions of dollars into the hands of the enemy. We have been pressuring our ally on how to fight and prosecute this war. And I don't think we're going to eventually get results that we're going to stand up and be proud of.
General, why haven't American hostages been released yet? You know, the U.S. says 10 Americans still unaccounted for, not that we know whether or not that they're alive, but is the White House here are they being played? And will Netanyahu have to kind of go his own way if Hamas tries to lengthen this pause, which would be, you know, politically in Israel probably untenable from his standpoint?
Right, exactly right. And bringing up the Americans, let's roll back to where we paid $1.2 billion to Tehran for each hostage that we got back. So the cost imposition, or what we've set precedent-wise, means that those American hostages in Hamas's hands are their ultimate ace in the hole, their ultimate trump card. They're going to be the most valuable tier of hostages because ultimately that's what they're going to negotiate with to save their own skins as they try to wriggle out of what the IDF has planned for them.
General, I just have a minute left with you. Is there any way to use this pause in hostilities as a strategic advantage for U.S. and Israeli forces?
Oh, yes. Every one of these situations has a bright side. The IDF right now is prosecuting and processing all of the intelligence they gathered out of the Al-Shifa hospital. They're analyzing the Hezbollah positions. They're looking at what the Houthis are doing. They're deeply analyzing where the puts and takes are with Iran. So the IDF is going to be poised to come out of this much stronger, more lethal, and smarter than they did at the beginning of this.
All right, we're going to have to leave it there. Brigadier General Blaine Holt, thank you as always, sir. Appreciate you.
Thank you.